welcome to Pastor Kim's Corner. And yes, it's me, Pastor Kim. Y'all see my little TWA? Y'all look close. It's nice and curly. But anyway, I just wanted to talk a few minutes about me starting my weight loss journey. I've been sort of fluctuating. I have something called an underactive thyroid, and so I do take a thyroid pill, but it just causes, the little bit of weight that I do lose to go back and forth. So I've really been praying to God about what are the next steps for me for this. And so I've started again with keto because I was doing really well, fell off, and then I had some other health issues that I had to address. And so now that I have addressed those, then I am back on this keto journey. This is June, and I still do it, but every now and then, I'm still craving those sweets. So I'm going to begin to create recipes, for different sweets. I tried the keto crate. That was not very tasty at all. And let's be real, if we're going to substitute, then the substitute has to be as close to the real as it can get. And so I feel like keto is a part of my weight loss journey because it's not as hard as other diets that I've tried. And so I'm really giving it my best. And, just trying to balance. I'm using my MyFitnessPal, and with my MyFitnessPal, you can balance, your macronutrients, your protein, whatever you're taking in. And for somebody like me, I can't just go completely no carbs. I did, and then I had a crash and burn. So I'm limiting myself to a maximum of 100 carbs per day. And that is, you might think that's a lot, but for somebody who snacks a lot like I do, or like I have in the past, that's really not a lot of carbs to take in. My macronutrients are set at 70, a maximum of 70. And so I'm trying to stick to that, but I know I have about 30 carbs to play with if that happens. And so I'm still sticking to very low or no carb food, and keto makes that pretty easy. It's just when you venture out for other things, your breads, your pastas, mostly your breads and your sweets, and your pastas. When you venture out for other things, you might run into some substitutes that have some carbs, but I am diligently seeking carb substitutes, and I have 2 cookbooks. My daughter bought me one, and I bought one of my own to really just work out this keto journey, y'all, because I am determined, okay? By the time this pandemic lifts up, I will not be plus extra pounds. I will be minus pounds, okay? And I'm also doing the 7-minute challenge. It's a 7-minute exercise challenge every day for 7 minutes. That's all. You can pull it up. It's an app on your phone, or it's also on YouTube. And I'll give you the person of who does that. And it's really very helpful. When you haven't been exercising and doing any type of exercise for a long period of time, you can't just jump back in. You think you can, and especially when you're older, you think you can, but you really can't. Your mind tells you can, but your body is like, look, you have not oiled these bones in a long time, so you need to oil them up first. You need to get them cranking before you just try to jump out there. And so I was doing the 7-day, 7-minute challenge, and I completed the first week. But let me tell you, by that second week, my joints were killing me. My knees, my calves, my arms. Oh man, they were just like hurting. And so I may not do it every day. I might do it 3 times a day, but I'm trying to just maintain some consistency and some level of accountability. And so that's why I'm talking to you guys about it, because I really want to do this weight loss keto journey. It's time, it's past time, it's overtime, and I'm not getting any younger. I also did a seminar on bariatric surgery, so I'm also considering that. I am not one who believes that the body is supposed to be cut unnecessarily. So I'm really praying about it. Every time I think about it, I talk to someone who's had troubles with it. And there are different types of surgeries. But thank goodness at the seminar, the doctor was really, really great. And he was saying, look, the surgery works. It's been proven. He was like, in '85, it was still iffy. Now it works. The question is, how long will the people who use the surgery, how long will they maintain the weight? And when I went to the seminar, this was the thing that he said that really kind of, I'm not going to say it troubled me, but you spend a lot of time, you spend a couple of months before the surgery preparing you for the surgery. And the reason why you have to be so prepared for the surgery, you have to change your eating habits, change how you think about food, change how you eat processed food, all of that. Because once you come out of the surgery, for the first month under his program that I will be going into, for the first month, you can only have liquids. And then for the second month, you can only have soluble, like puddings and jellos. So that's basically 2 months without eating. And, so they want to try to prepare you for what am I trying to say? They want to try to prepare you for portion control and what you eat and how you eat and things like that. Because, a lot of people have complications with the surgery. And I talked to the doctor about it, and he was basically saying if people don't follow it, they're going to have complications or they're going to gain their weight back. And, once your body is cut, you can have complications. And so, if you try to eat something that you shouldn't eat after the body has been cut, and it hasn't had time to heal, then it can cause complications, leakage, all of this. I was really, really blessed because he was very candid, and that's what I needed. I needed somebody to be, upfront and straight, not just to say, oh, okay, look, you need the surgery because you're obese and you just need it. It's going to help you either way. No, I needed somebody to be candid. And my regular doctor has been trying to get me to get the surgery for a while, and I was just like, I don't think I'm ready for it. And so my one thing, like I said, that the surgeon at the seminar was saying, after the surgery, you're going to be basically 2 months without any food that you're accustomed to. So my thought process is, and of course it's easier said than done, but I'm like, okay, that's where people lose the majority of their weight. If I'm going to literally have to go 2 months without food, then you really do need to start that process now. And if I could start that process and lose a significant amount of weight by just doing keto, portion control and things like that, then maybe I might not even need the surgery. So we'll see what happens. This is a long-term process, and it's definitely a change of mind. It's a mindset change. So we'll see what happens a month from now, 2 months from now, 3 months from now. Because I initially have lost 20 pounds over the past year, but then I've been fluctuating with that 5 to 7 pounds going back and forth. I can't seem to get past that 20-pound mark for some reason. So we'll see what happens between now and the next few months. If I can get past those next couple of 5 to 7 pounds, get them off. Because, anybody can lose 5 pounds in a week. That's water weight or whatever. But, the idea is to take some weight off and to keep it off. And so that's what I want to see. If I can, through keto and through some homework that the nutritionist gave us, and we don't go back for a month for this seminar, to see whether I can follow those rules and see if I lose any weight. They didn't, take our weight or anything. We're just getting started, but I want to know. if by following those small rules, if I can get past that 5 to 7 mark between now and next month. So that's what's going on with me in this weight loss journey. I appreciate y'all for listening. And, y'all pray for me, because anybody who knows, weight is not easy. It's like everything else. It's easy to get into, easy to put on, but not so easy to get out of, and not so easy to take off, And let's face it, Christians, they don't have that many vices. Well, they're not supposed to, so there's a lot of eating and a lot of fellowshipping and, raising 5 girls over the years, blah, 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 lose some, gain some. The most that I've ever lost is 60 pounds. And then, got pregnant again and had another kid, and, it just goes on and on. So, again, we're going to get this, because guess what, y'all? If I can do it, anybody can do it, okay? And I just don't like to let stuff beat me. You could call it competitive, you could call it whatever, but this is the only thing, that I have still just been like, I gotta get this. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. All right, that's it for now. I love you guys. I hope you have a blessed day and a purpose-filled life. And I love you with the love of the Lord. AGAPE.